Welcome everyone to this quick demonstration on the interface of Fusion 360. So first things first, we are going to make a place for our files and the things that we're going to make for this project. So what I'm going to do is click on Show Data Panel, and then click on New Project, and then I'm going to name it 131 Demo. And then I'm going to double click it to access the things that are in it. Now, when you open Fusion 360, you will start with this untitled file. I'm going to click on Command S to save this untitled file into this 131 demo. So let's just call it demo1. And here I have my demo1 appearing with my files. If I close it and then double click here, it will reopen again as demo1 v1. v1 is the version name. So Fusion 360 is cloud-based and will keep storing versions of your work. You can automatically save things on your own by clicking Command S after you're done working, and you can add comments to those versions. If you're working in Teams and you access the data panel and you enter your project, you'll see two tabs, one for data, one for people. So this is me, I'm the moderator of this project, and I can type in the names of my teammates or their email addresses, and links will be sent to them. This way you can work together and have access to the same files, the updated versions of the files in real time. And this covers it for saving your files. Next thing is the design interface. There are multiple interfaces within Fusion 360. We're going to focus on the design interface, which covers basically the basics of parametric modeling, which is what we're going to be using for this project. Parametric modeling is using basically calculations and geometry to create things, as opposed to just sculpting them. So here we have the sketch, create a sketch item, and this is what we start with. Is a 2D image or a 2D drawing that we make, and then we try and convert it into the 3D realm via these create tools like extrude, revolve, holes, and we have much more here. So first things first, I want to see the origin, kind of know where I'm working. So if I click on the eye image, that will show me the origin. I could pan, kind of move the picture around. I could orbit. If you click on escape, you'll go back to the select mode. There is also this cube, which shows you like your current orientation. You could use it also to change the views. But the first thing I'm going to do is create a sketch on the XY plane. And here you can see the basics of geometry, rectangles, circles, splines. So this is a rectangle created by 2 points. This is a 50 by 50 millimeters. This is a circle that is 50 millimeters in diameter, and a spline is basically a collection of points that can curve based on the next point. If I click on the correct mark, I can stop adding points. So there are more basic geometries. You could like draw things using different techniques. For example, for a rectangle, I could use a center rectangle as opposed to a 2-point rectangle, and I would select a point on the sketch, and I could move around. So play around with these tools. You don't really need most of them, but it's good to know that they are there. To finish the sketch, I just go ahead and click on Finish Sketch. And what I'm going to do now is extrude these parts, which means that I'm going to add another dimension to these 2D drawings. So as I pull, the rectangle becomes an actual physical object. Now you see, once you do one of these create tools, the sketch is going to hide itself automatically. If you want to show it again and use it again, you're going to have to go on the sketches folder and then click on the eye for sketches again, and it's back. And then I could use extrude again. If I use extrude on multiple sketches, I could offset them with the same distance. So let's just say I want them to be the same height as the other box. So what I could do is go to extend type, to object, and I could just click on this top surface, and then they're going to match in their height. Now the extrude and sketch might be very helpful for our final project, because you're going to be working on the Kimberly-Clark final project, which involves bins and trash cans. So this could be a good start to modeling a very simple trash can. Throughout this project, you are not required to make something very fancy, very complicated. You just need to demonstrate your own ideas. And as we all know, trash cans have to be hollow on the inside with like one open face, and we could do that with the shell tool. So with the shell tool, as you can see when you highlight on a tool in Fusion 360, you get instructions on it for help. And as you can see, it can turn this block or this cube into something that's hollowed, that's kind of a shell. So the shell is actually what's left after we apply the tool. So I could click on this surface, and then I could move the arrow in and out to kind of determine how much the wall thickness should be. So I want my wall thickness to be 5 millimeters. And here I have it. My box has been created. It's hollow on the inside. You could do it to a lot of different features. So this is the cylinder. And if I want to change the wall thickness, what I could do is I could go down here. This is my history. Within it, I could edit the things that I've already done. If I right click and then click on edit feature, it will roll back time to before like I made it. So you see the shells that we just created are gone. And if I update the extend type for the cylinder and the second block into distance, and let's just say I update it to 50 millimeters, so that it's slightly higher than the first block I made. You see how like when the shell comes back, they come back at the newer dimension. Another thing that might be helpful is the press pull, which kind of lets you edit some of the shapes. So if I don't want to go into the shelling tool again, I could just click on the shell that I made with the press pull tool, and then I could create an offset for the face. Another thing I could add are called fillets, which are helpful especially in molding and in making things more aesthetically pleasing. So a fillet is basically this curvature around an edge, which could help give your trash bins more of like a natural look to them. So this is what a fillet looks like. If I can also fillet on the outside, this box. I could also fill it multiple sides kind of have a better effect on the outside, give the trash bin more of a smoother look on the outside. During class we will be doing a full demonstration to show you how you can create an actual trash bin, but this is just to help you get started, make you more familiar with the tools that we can use. And please play around before class time or after class time if you want to. You are not required to create like a full-on professional model. You just need to demonstrate your ideas, your concepts, and whatever can help you when you write your report and communicate your findings or designs to Kimberly Clark.